Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how to scale your content outreach. So what does that mean? What is content outreach, Neil?
Content outreach is all about reaching out to people who can promote your content. When you write content, it doesn't mean that it's going to do well, right? Think about it. If you're doing content marketing, there's two parts to it. One is the content. The second is the marketing. To get more traffic and to market your content, in most cases, because you won't have an audience, which is fine, you have to do outreach.
Yeah, and I have someone from my team that actually does this fairly well. The one thing I'll say about content outreach, at least in the very beginning, it all starts with the foundation, right? So if you look at Neil's content, he's constantly cranking out, long form content every single day, and by default, it's almost always good, right? So it becomes easier when your content's actually good, and when you outreach to other people, it becomes it's a higher conversion rate because people are like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like what I was linking to in the past is not that good, or what I was sharing in the past was not as good as this one, so I'll go ahead and share this or I want to look good, if I'm sharing it on social media, or I want to look good on my website, I want to link to the best resource. So if you're looking to build that foundation initially, I would say Google the skyscraper technique and read what Brian Dean has to say about that.
One thing to keep in mind when you're doing outreach is you need to create a list of all the websites or social media users that you're doing outreach to, and then put, a column or a tick mark next to every time you hit them up. Because let's say you produce content in quantity, you don't want to keep hitting up the same people over and over again who are sharing your content. They're going to get overwhelmed and they're going to eventually stop sharing your content because they're going to get irritated. On the flip side, you're also going to have people who don't respond or ever want to share your content. So you don't want to keep emailing those people who are always saying no to you. If someone says no or they ignore you 2 or 3 times, why would you keep emailing 5, 6, 7 times, right? Just cross them off your list, and eventually what you'll have is a solid list of people that you can continue outreach to that you want to rotate up between.
Great, and I'll give you a couple of tools here. So what I like to use for when I'm finding emails, I like using hunter.io, or you can also use finddat.email. So there's 2 different tools here to find different emails for outreach. And then there's also another tool used specifically for PR that I should be using more. That's actually really, really good. It's called Just Reach Out, and you can find the right emails for, let's say, different editors, different publishers, and things like that. So, you make a list of people to outreach to, and then also, I'll combine it with an outreach tool like, let's just say, Mixmax, right? I use Mixmax. They're a client of ours, but, it's great for outreach because you can follow up with people too, and you can also individualize the outreach too, because oftentimes, Neil and I get a lot of emails, and for me, I can tell immediately when it's a templated email, but even if I get like one sentence that's customized, I'm going to actually spend the time to read it, and I'm going to understand that, hey, like they made the effort. And so that's, when you're reaching out to people, you don't want to make it all 100% templatized. You want to have, at least, 10 to 15% that's actually, actually customized. So, with content outreach, it's the long game. Let's say, you don't really have an audience to begin with. It takes a long time. It's a long slog. If you listen to some of the podcasts in the past, I talked about even with the journey with the first podcast, I was getting 9 downloads a day after the first year, right? It just takes time. But just make sure that you're being consistent with it, and then eventually build that process, screencast it, and hand it off to somebody else that you trust, and go from there. So before we go, we have a 1-year annual subscription of Crazy Egg, which is worth close to $1,200 that we like to give away to a lucky winner. And before I actually give you the details on it, Neil, what is Crazy Egg?
Crazy Egg is a visual analytics tool. It'll show you what people are doing on your site. So are they getting stuck in an area? Is a form field, a specific field within a form, causing people to drop off? Is there something wrong with your checkout flow? How can you adjust your design, right, with ease? Well, with Crazy Egg, you can also adjust it through the WYSIWYG editor. You can make design changes, marketing changes, and you can even run split tests. In other words, it's a simple tool that helps you generate more sales, revenue, and leads from your website.
Great. So if you want to get in on this, we're giving away one of these every single week for the next year. So just go to singlegrain.com/giveaway. And the cool thing is you can actually get multiple entries for this. So if you want to learn more, just go to singlegrain.com/giveaway. And we will see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.